There comes a time when the quiet whispers inside you are no longer just thoughts. They are signals. They are proof that you are not here by accident. The feeling of being different, of not quite fitting into the world's ordinary rhythm, was never a mistake. It was the first sign that you were chosen for something greater. You see, those long nights of struggle, the seasons of waiting, the times you felt unseen, none of it was random. Each trial was a hidden initiation, preparing you for the power you are now ready to hold. Life's hardships were never punishment. They were shaping you, carving away fear, and aligning you with the truth of manifestation, that your mind and energy create reality. In this video, you're going to discover what it really means to be one of the chosen ones who has passed the silent tests. You'll learn why the pain you endured was the key to unlocking higher consciousness, and how to use the principles of vibration, subconscious reprogramming, and divine alignment to step into your purpose. This is more than just a message. It is a revelation about why things happened the way they did, and how everything is about to shift for you. Stay with me until the end, because every word in this message carries a piece of the puzzle you've been waiting for. By the time you finish, you'll see your journey with new eyes and understand why now is the moment to claim your power. I am your guide from Mind Magic Co., and I welcome you to our channel, where we uncover the hidden truths of manifestation and inner transformation. If you're ready to step fully into who you were created to be, make sure you subscribe and join this community of awakened creators. There are moments in life when the silence around you feels almost unbearable. Friends drift away, doors close, and it seems as if the world has forgotten your name. Yet, in those very seasons of isolation, something sacred was happening beneath the surface. The universe was not abandoning you, it was clearing the noise, making space for you to hear your own soul more clearly. Rejection, too, was never a mark against your worth. Each time someone turned away or an opportunity slipped through your fingers, it was simply redirection. The chosen ones are never meant to settle for less than alignment, and rejection is often the universe's most misunderstood form of protection. What felt like a loss was only life guiding you toward what was truly yours. And then there were the delays, the long stretches where nothing seemed to move, no matter how much effort you gave. These were the deepest tests of faith. The question was never, will it come? The real test was, can you trust even when it hasn't arrived yet? It is in this waiting that your spirit was refined, learning to rest in trust instead of breaking under doubt. Many fall into bitterness in these seasons, but you chose something different. You chose inner peace over resentment. You chose to believe in a higher order, even when the evidence seemed invisible. And in making that choice, you rose above the illusion of lack. You proved that abundance was already within you, waiting to be mirrored back by life. At Mind Magic Co., we remind you that these hidden victories are the proof of your strength. They are the silent answers to every prayer you once whispered. Passing them means you are ready for the greater unfolding that now stands before you. For most of the world, life feels like a constant chase. Wake up, worry about bills, stress about the future, carry the weight of fear on the shoulders. This is survival energy, and it keeps people trapped in cycles that repeat themselves. Fear says there's never enough. Stress says time is running out. Need whispers that something is always missing. When the mind runs on these frequencies, it's like trying to plant seeds in dry soil. Nothing truly takes root. But the chosen have been called to something higher. They begin to notice the shift, when gratitude becomes louder than worry, when faith feels more natural than doubt, when vision replaces desperation. This is the beginning of creation energy. It doesn't mean challenges disappear. It means you stop approaching life as if you're fighting for scraps. Instead, you move as if abundance is already flowing toward you, because it is. Creation energy is powerful because it rearranges your inner state, and manifestation always begins inside. When your thoughts are laced with gratitude, you radiate a vibration that calls in more to be grateful for. When your heart trusts that the unseen is working in your favor, opportunities start appearing without force. When your mind holds a clear vision, reality begins to organize itself around that picture. The difference is subtle but life-changing. Survival energy says, "I hope things work out." Creation energy says, "It is already done." The chosen carry this calm certainty, and that certainty becomes a magnet. People, ideas, and blessings are drawn in, as if by some unseen current, and in time, life no longer feels like struggle. It feels like flow. This is the quiet secret that turns ordinary moments into miracles and makes manifestation almost effortless. Most of what shapes a life is invisible, running quietly in the background like an old program. Science tells us that nearly 95% of daily patterns are directed by the subconscious mind. The way you respond to love, money, success, even self-worth, most of it isn't chosen in the moment. It is inherited from past experiences, early conditioning, and the emotions you once buried but never fully released. This is why so many people feel stuck, repeating the same cycles even when they desperately want change. But the chosen begin to awaken to this truth. They realize that the subconscious is not a prison, it is a doorway, and what lives there can be rewritten. The process is not about force. It is about gentle, consistent influence. Every time you repeat a thought with conviction, every time you add emotion to a new belief, every time you see yourself in vivid imagery stepping into a new life, the subconscious begins to shift. Slowly, the old script weakens, and a new one takes its place. This is the secret behind lasting manifestation. It isn't about wishing once and hoping for results. It's about reprogramming the deep layers until abundance, love, and confidence feel natural, so natural that the outer world has no choice but to mirror them back. The chosen understand that wounds no longer define them. What happened before may have written the first draft, but it is not the final story. With repetition, emotion, and imagery, they are writing again, this time with clarity, with vision, and with alignment to their highest self. And when the subconscious accepts the new script, reality itself must respond. The patterns shift. The cycles break. A new life begins to unfold, one thought at a time. Attraction is often spoken of as if it is the first step, but that is only part of the truth. Before anything can be drawn to you, there must be resonance. Vibration comes first. It is the silent language of the universe, the unseen signal that tells life what to bring into your path. Without the right vibration, attraction feels inconsistent. But once your frequency rises, what you seek begins seeking you. The chosen ones learn this through experience. They notice that when they dwell in gratitude, even for the smallest things, life begins to offer more reasons to give thanks. Gratitude lifts the heart, softens resistance, and raises the inner frequency to one of abundance. Forgiveness, too, is a powerful key. Holding on to resentment lowers vibration, but letting go creates space for new blessings to arrive. Each act of release is an opening, a clearing of the field where new seeds can grow. Focused thought completes the shift. Instead of scattering energy with doubt or distraction, chosen ones learn to concentrate on the vision they carry. Thought infused with clarity becomes a tuning fork, aligning inner reality with outer manifestation. It is not about forcing outcomes, but about matching the energy of what is already waiting for you in the unseen. When this alignment is steady, high vibration becomes magnetic. People who resonate with your energy begin to appear. Opportunities that once seemed distant flow naturally toward you. Abundance moves into your life, not because you chased it, but because your frequency called it home. This is the quiet power of vibration. It arranges life around you with precision, and the more you tend to it, the more effortless attraction becomes. One of the greatest traps in manifestation is the question of when. Ordinary minds fall into this cycle, again and again checking the calendar, worrying about delays, measuring their progress against time. This constant focus on the clock creates pressure, and pressure lowers vibration. The very energy of impatience blocks the flow of what is already on its way. The chosen ones come to understand a deeper truth. Timing is never theirs to control. They begin to notice that the unseen is always shifting, even when nothing seems to move on the surface. Life is arranging connections, weaving opportunities, and aligning details that could never be forced by human effort alone. The moment this realization settles in, stress begins to dissolve. Detachment from time is not laziness, it is mastery. It is the knowing that everything you desire already exists in the field of possibility and will arrive at the perfect moment. The chosen live as though it is already done. Their faith bridges the gap between now and the manifestation itself. And in that trust, they remain open to the unexpected ways life can deliver blessings. Think of it as planting a seed. You do not dig it up each day to check if it has sprouted. You water it, you trust the soil, and you allow time to do its part. This is how advanced manifestors approach their dreams. They release the need to hurry, and by doing so they invite ease. When you are no longer chained to the clock, you move in harmony with divine timing. The chosen carry this freedom, and it shows in the peace they embody. Their calm certainty becomes the very energy that draws manifestations closer, often faster than worry ever could. Manifestation has never been about chasing what you want. It has always been about becoming what you desire. The universe does not respond to longing. It responds to alignment. This is why so many struggle when they focus only on the wish itself. Wanting something from a place of lack only reinforces the absence of it. But when you shift into the state of being, when you declare through your energy, "I already am," the game changes completely. Chosen ones discover this through subtle inner shifts. Instead of saying, "I want abundance," they begin to carry themselves as if abundance already surrounds them. Instead of thinking, "One day I'll be confident," they speak and act as though confidence is already a natural part of who they are. This is not pretending, it is embodying, it is stepping into the vibration of the future self before the outer world has caught up. When you live from this energy, delays collapse. Time bends in curious ways. Opportunities seem to arrive earlier than expected. People cross your path at the right moment, and solutions appear as if drawn by your inner certainty. Reality has no choice but to rearrange itself to match the identity you have claimed. The shift may begin quietly. You wake up with a little more gratitude. You speak with a little more assurance. You see yourself not as someone waiting for blessings, but as someone already living them. And piece by piece the outer world begins to mirror this new identity back to you. This is the essence of manifestation, not to want endlessly, but to become the chosen walk. This path, knowing that their inner state is the true magnet. They are not waiting for life to change. They are already living the change, and reality simply follows. Every emotion you feel is more than a passing mood. It is energy radiating outward, shaping the field around you. Emotions are magnetic fields, silently broadcasting signals that life responds to. Joy sends one frequency, fear another, gratitude yet another. And while most people try to resist or suppress their difficult emotions, the chosen take a different path. They understand that every feeling carries power, and that even pain can become fuel when transformed with awareness. Fear, for instance, is not the enemy. It is a signal pointing toward where growth is waiting. Instead of running from it, the chosen breathe into it, soften around it, and ask, "What is this teaching me?" Pain, too, can be transmuted. When heartbreak is met with forgiveness, when loss is turned into deeper compassion, the energy of suffering shifts into a vibration that draws healing and abundance. This is emotional alchemy. The art of transforming inner states instead of being trapped by them. It doesn't mean pretending to be happy when you are not. It means meeting every emotion with awareness, allowing it to move through you, and then choosing to rise into a higher frequency. As this practice deepens, the outer world begins to reflect the shift. Opportunities flow more easily. Relationships feel lighter. Manifestations arrive with less resistance. Miracles unfold, not because life suddenly became easy, but because the chosen mastered the inner field from which everything springs. Emotions are not obstacles on the path of manifestation. They are the path itself. The chosen understand that their inner state is the magnet, and by learning to transform rather than resist, they step into a level of power few ever touch. In this mastery, the ordinary becomes extraordinary, and life answers with grace. Manifestation is often misunderstood as a way to bend reality to personal will, but true manifestation is never about control. It is about alignment, about stepping into partnership with the divine intelligence that is always guiding, always orchestrating. When the ego tries to force outcomes, life feels heavy, plans stall, doors close, and frustration grows. But when the chosen surrender their need to control every detail, something greater begins to move. This surrender is not weakness. It is wisdom. It is the recognition that the mind sees only a fragment, while the divine sees the whole picture. The chosen trade in rigid timelines and ego-driven demands for trust in higher guidance. They still set intentions, they still hold visions, but they release the need to dictate how and when. This release opens a flow that control could never achieve. Flow is the natural state of creation. It is the quiet river that carries dreams forward without struggle. The chosen learn to listen for nudges, follow synchronicities, and act when inspired rather than when pressured. In this state, opportunities appear without being chased, solutions arise without being forced, and blessings unfold with a grace that feels almost effortless. Struggle fades because resistance is gone. Force is no longer needed because alignment does the work. Life becomes a dance instead of a battle, a partnership instead of a fight. And in that ease, manifestation becomes not only faster, but more fulfilling. This is the secret many miss. Manifestation is not about proving your power, but about remembering your connection. When you let the divine move through you, everything you are meant to have flows toward you. The chosen ones live from this truth, and their lives radiate with a harmony that cannot be faked. There comes a moment when the inner work begins to show itself in quiet, undeniable ways. For the chosen, this is when synchronicities start appearing. Numbers that repeat, perfect timing that feels too precise to be chance. Encounters that arrive exactly when needed. These signs are not random. They are the universe whispering, "You are aligned. Keep going." Sudden blessings also begin to flow, often in ways that surprise you. Opportunities unfold without struggle, resources appear from unexpected places, and solutions seem to arrive just when the need arises. Yet the most profound blessing is not external. It is the sense of inner peace that settles in your heart. Where once there was constant striving, now there is calm trust. Where once there was doubt, now there is quiet knowing. Abundance reveals itself in a new light. It is no longer only about money, though financial flow often increases as a reflection of alignment. Abundance shows up in clarity of mind, in relationships that feel nourishing, in the deeper sense of purpose guiding each step. Love flows more freely, not only from others but from within yourself. The chosen begin to notice that everything they once sought outside is now rooted within, and life simply mirrors it back. These shifts are the confirmations that the initiation is complete. The long seasons of waiting, testing, and refining were not in vain. They have brought you here. The signs, the blessings, the peace, all carry one message: you are no longer searching for alignment, you are living in it. And from this place, manifestation becomes less about reaching and more about receiving, less about effort and more about flow. This is the quiet proof that the chosen have stepped into a new chapter of their journey. You have seen now that every challenge, every delay, every test you endured was never meant to break you. It was shaping you into who you are today. The path of the chosen is not about struggle, but about awakening. You are no longer bound to survival. You are stepping fully into creation, where your thoughts, emotions, and energy align with the life already written for you. Remember, this journey is lived, moment by moment. Each day is a chance to reprogram your subconscious with new beliefs, to raise your vibration with gratitude, to master your emotions with awareness, and to surrender control so divine flow can guide you. These are not just ideas, they are daily practices that open the door to miracles. Carry this truth with you. The tests are behind you, and the unfolding of your highest path has already begun. Trust the signs, follow the peace, and walk with certainty that you are supported in every step. If this message has spoken to your heart, take a deep breath, let it settle within you, and know that you are ready. And as you continue this journey, we invite you to like this video, share it with someone who may need it, and subscribe to Mind Magic Co., where we walk together in the path of awakening and creation. Until next time, move gently, stay aligned, and remember, you are chosen, and your new chapter is already here.